What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, on the press tour for Deadpool and Wolverine, Marvel Studios has been showing the first 35 to 40 minutes of the film, something that they did originally at a CinemaCon about a month ago, and they've been doing it again while they've been on tour across the world promoting the film. Now, unfortunately, that leads to people seeing spoilers, but up until now, a lot of the scene descriptions or footage descriptions that we've gotten haven't been longer than about a paragraph. But that all changed when major media outlets started seeing the footage, including IGN, which had an enormous and extremely thorough breakdown of said first 35 minutes. So we will issue the normal spoiler warning, but today's video is going to be breaking down official and accurate spoilers for the first 30 to 40 minutes of the film. And so if you don't want to know the stuff, now would be the time to back out. We're going to read through it and break it all down, all the new details and plot leak for Deadpool and Wolverine, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with Deadpool and Wolverine in less than 2 weeks. Again, all you gotta do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so first up, the customary spoiler warning, and let's be real, if the spoiler warning in the title didn't stop you, you're probably not backing out now, although there are going to be a ton of official details. These are real, accurate details from the film. That's somehow going to ruin your Deadpool and Wolverine experience. Back out now. I ain't mad at you. Come back and see us after the film drops. We'll still be here. Otherwise, we're diving right in. Okay, so they broke this up into sections, and the first one is the TVA's timeline ending plan. Quote, Deadpool and Wolverine brings characters from the 20th Century Fox Marvel films into the MCU for the first time. Don't know about the Disney buyout of Fox? Don't worry, Deadpool explains it all in the film's opening monologue. Deadpool's arrival in the MCU isn't just a movie-length joke though, it's all explained in-universe. And if you're up to date on the Loki show, then you'll likely already know that the Time Variance Authority, TVA, is the organization responsible for observing and safeguarding the various strands of the multiverse. And it's via the TVA that Deadpool arrives in the MCU. Deadpool is summoned to the TVA by Mr. Paradox, played by Succession's Matthew Macfadyen. Paradox offers Deadpool a chance to live in the sacred timeline, Earth 616, the main MCU universe, and be among heroes like Captain America and Thor, a hugely attractive opportunity for the merc with a mouth. Paradox's current project is to oversee the end of Deadpool's timeline, which is withering and dying because it's lost its anchor. More on that later. The death of a timeline can take up to 1,000 years though, and Paradox hopes to speed that process up. He has developed a Time Ripper, a machine that can mercy kill timelines. By offering a quick death to Deadpool's original timeline, Paradox hopes to prove himself a god-tier efficient member of the TVA to rise and become its leader. They go on to say that an early scene sees Deadpool use Cable's time travel watch, remember the gizmo from Deadpool 2, to travel back circa 2018 and visit the Avenger campus. He asks to join the team, an act he hopes will make him a quote-unquote someone and impress his estranged girlfriend Vanessa. His request is declined because becoming an Avenger is all about public service rather than personal gain. In the present day, Wade Wilson has given up on the Deadpool persona and now works as a car salesman alongside Rob Delaney's Peter. At a surprise birthday party, Wilson is joined by his cab driver Dopender, landlady Blind Al, Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Yukio, and Buck. Vanessa is also there and reveals she has a new boyfriend called Dermot. He likes hiking. It then has a huge red subtitle that says, when introducing drunk Wolverine to the new timeline, Deadpool says, welcome to the MCU, you're joining at a bit of a low point. They then go on to say that the quote-unquote Fox universe, officially designated as Earth 10,005 in the film, is fading away because its anchor has died. An anchor is a person of vital importance to a timeline, and when Wolverine died in 2017's Logan, it triggered the beginning of the end of the timeline. Deadpool is from that very timeline, confirming that Logan and Deadpool are part of the same universe. Earth 10,005 is the official designation of the original X-Men cinematic universe, so it sure seems like almost everything Fox is fading away. While Deadpool is thrilled to be invited to be part of the MCU's sacred timeline, he happily accepts a new suit from the TVA's tailor, he's reluctant to allow his loved ones to fade into nothingness. It would mean the death of Vanessa, his one true love, as well as all his friends. and so Deadpool comes up with a plan: find a replacement Wolverine and save his timeline. Using stolen TVA time-hopping technology, Deadpool searches across the multiverse for Wolverine. His first stop is Wolverine's final resting place from the end of 2017's Logan. Deadpool's convinced Wolverine didn't die, because that's not what happens when you have regenerative healing powers, but he's proved wrong when he finds nothing but an adamantium skeleton and some rotted flesh. His theory proven wrong, he visits a number of other timelines and discovers a Wolverine of comic-accurate height, 5 foot 3 inches. As with all the variants, he's still played by Hugh Jackman, but he's been shrunk down using CGI to hilarious effect. Patch, Wolverine's gambler alter ego who wears a white tux and an eye patch. Sorry guys, he's not played by Daniel Radcliffe despite fan rumors. A miserable old gray-haired Wolverine wearing a hat and sitting on a porch. He's pretty similar to the Clint Eastwood-like description of the character in Mark Millar's celebrated Old Man Logan comic. A Wolverine being crucified on a giant X. This is a reference to the Chris Claremont story from 1989 where Logan is tortured by an anti-mutant cyborg in Australia. A Wolverine in his original brown and tan costume, literally about to fight the Hulk as he did in his first ever comic book appearance in The Incredible Hulk 181. Quick side note though, he wasn't wearing brown and tan. In that one, he was wearing blue and yellow. Frustrating, but either way, we don't get to see that fight, so it doesn't matter. A Wolverine sporting incredible glam rock hair and a black wrestler style costume, which reminded me a lot of the X-Men 90s style comic art. An utterly wasted Wolverine, drunk on whiskey, found in a bar. The scene is reminiscent of the scenes from X-Men, X-Men First Class, and the trailer for Insomniac's PS5 game. When Deadpool discovers this variant wears the classic yellow and blue costume underneath his civilian clothes, he decides this is the Wolverine to bring back to the TVA. Fortunately for Deadpool, Paradox reveals that this Wolverine is an unworthy replacement for Logan, who sacrificed himself in the Fox timeline. Instead, this Wolverine is a failure who let down his entire timeline and turned to booze to drown his sorrows. When introducing drunk Wolverine to the new timeline, Deadpool says, quote, "Welcome to the MCU, you're joining at a bit of a low point." It's a great gag that directly addresses the ongoing fan conversation about the quality of Marvel movies post-Avengers Endgame. In a new trailer that followed the preview, Deadpool also makes a joke about how things have been, quote, miss after miss since the multiverse stuff kicked off. In a response, a Deadpool variant says, "I think it's been steadily great since Endgame." It seems like Deadpool and Wolverine will definitely make several jokes about the perceived quality of the MCU as a whole. If you thought the first Disney-led Deadpool project would be toned down, then have no fear. When the TVA first show up to capture Deadpool and bring him to Mr. Paradox, they interrupt his birthday party. Deadpool mistakes the uniform-clad TVA squad for strippers and makes an incredibly non-PG pegging joke about their stun batons. When first being introduced to the Sacred Timeline, Deadpool is shown clips from the previous MCU films to showcase the heroes he'll be working alongside. One of these clips is taken from Thor: The Dark World, but manipulated to show Thor crying over the mangled body of Deadpool. The Merc, understandably, is quite confused. After Deadpool discovers Logan's remains, a TVA squad turns up to arrest him and bring him back to Paradox. Refusing to submit, Deadpool massacres the entire team using Wolverine's adamantium skeleton as weapons. His leg is wielded like nunchucks at one point, and his ribs used as throwing knives. The whole fight is choreographed to bye 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 in sync. After realizing that Deadpool is going to be a hindrance to his work in ending the Fox timeline, Paradox sends both Deadpool and Wolverine to the quote-unquote trash heap, a Mad Max-like desert full of waste, including a giant 20th Century Fox logo. Angered by being pulled into this crazy situation, Wolverine pops his claws and prepares to fight a bloody battle. This was, of course, the final scene in the preview footage. The article concludes by saying this, quote, "During Deadpool's trip to the Avengers campus, he meets with Happy Hogan, played once again by Jon Favreau. In the new trailer screened to press, a version of Juggernaut could be spotted. He's wearing a costume very similar to the one used in X-Men Last Stand, but it seems smaller. Couldn't tell if it was Vinnie Jones in the suit, but the actor has previously said he's not in the film." That same trailer showcases an army of Deadpool variants, including Lady Deadpool, the Canine Deadpool, a floating skull Deadpool that's Headpool, and a version that's just Ryan Reynolds without the scarring, very long hair, and a costume made of shiny red plastic, which if you missed our video from a couple of days ago, we go over that variant in full. There you guys have it, all of the spoilery details from the first 35 to 40 minutes, or what should be about the first act of Deadpool and Wolverine. You guys let me know all your thoughts though down below about all of this. What are your thoughts about the actual intentions of Mr. Paradox, possibly the actual villain of this film? We've got a theory on that coming in a little bit, because there's some details here that don't make sense now that we know that they're confirmed. But you guys let me know all your reaction down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff. Still giving away a PlayStation 5. We're just a couple of weeks away. It'll coincide with the release of Deadpool and Wolverine. All you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on here at the channel, the better chance you have of winning. Also, huge announcement, my band Allfires will be playing its very first live show ever, upcoming this fall on September 1st in Atlanta. I know some of you will be traveling to Atlanta for Dragon Con that weekend anyway. If you're going to be in town, if you live in the Atlanta area, if you'd like to come see my band Allfires and support us, we would sincerely appreciate the support. Tickets are pretty cheap. I'm going to leave a link down in the description and in the comments. Again, this is our very first live show ever. We'll be playing all our originals. Again, that's September 1st in Atlanta at aisle 5. So if you're going to be in town for Dragon Con, if you're traveling here, or if you just already live in the Atlanta area, you want to come support Allfires September 1st, we'd love to see you there. Ticket link down in the description.